What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Jump Rope Skill Breakdowns, where we look at some of the hardest jump rope skills that exist and break down the individual components to look at what makes these skills so difficult. Today we have an off-axis skill by Devin, and we'll discuss what makes this so impressive in a second, but first, here is the video clip. So let's start by looking at this main skill. Now, Devin has a couple other variations that we'll look at in just a second, but first, let's look at this main skill. So Devin goes up into a backwards CL multiple, and in the middle of the CL, he effectively stops the rotation of the rope, kind of goes off axis with the way it's rotating, and then pulls it forward into a cross. So I've already done a vlog about this where I kind of walked through an off axis skill myself, but it's very difficult to explain what makes this one so difficult because there's a lot of very tiny nuance that goes into completing the skill. Now, before we even get into the off axis stuff, Devin's doing a backwards CL incredibly well, which is already a very hard skill to do, especially in a multiple. In addition to that, we're seeing Devin pause the rotation of the rope effectively at the apex of the rotation. And, you know, it's one thing to slow down, you know, a double or a triple under skill when it's a very straightforward movement, like a swing open open or a swing cross open. It's pretty straightforward because you have the most control in that position. But in a CL, not only is it extremely restricted, but it's very weird to control the rope while your entire body is doing a very unnatural placement. But Devin's level of understanding not only of the rope, but of really every different element of the skill is so high that even in the middle of an extraordinarily difficult backward CL, he's able to control the rate of speed of the rope and manipulate that mid-air to not only slow it down, but then throw it off of its normal axis of rotation and then, you know, making it go forwards ultimately. So he's crushing the backward CL, he's crushing the rate of speed for the backward CL, and he's changing basically the physics of jump rope mid-skill, and then he caps it all off with a cross because obviously a single under is not hard enough. So we see him finish with that cross skill. And keep in mind, this is a triple under skill. It's one thing to do all of these individual pieces on the ground, but to do them all in the air in one jump, I mean, come on, get out of here, that's crazy. Now, I also wanna show this different variation because Devin is not only doing this off-axis skill, you know, by itself, but he's actually putting it into a full combination, which is absolutely nuts. So he starts it off by going down into a caboose, and then from there he goes backwards up into the air, does this backward CL off-axis skill, again, pausing the rope, coming down into a ground leg over, and then popping up into an awesome Annie AS multiple under. So again, Devin is demonstrating that he can not only do this skill in isolation, but he can put it into an entire combination of different skills and still execute it extraordinarily well. So it's one thing to do certain skills very well, but Devin is effectively rewriting what is possible with jump rope and taking what is normally the correct physics and the correct movement of skills and going, well, what if we just did this all differently? So it's pretty wild to see him not only execute this, but execute it so well. All right, if you like this breakdown, send it off to a friend that you think might also enjoy it. If you have any questions at all, drop a comment down below or hit me up on Instagram at Nate_KG. All right, guys, I will see you in the next skill breakdown.